She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome to another Feminine Friday. This is our second edition in our exciting new channel on the Never Date Just One Sis network. And I am always pleased to get us back to our femininity women so we can get out of those masculine spaces that we've been in for so long and didn't even realize we was in. Sometimes you hear a lot of women say, I'm not masculine, I don't know what you're talking about. Not understanding that their actions, the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they walk, the way they do things is just not a feminine essence. And if we want to attract the masculine men to protect, and provide, we must be in our space to allow them to come in, feel our feminine energy for them to lead. Now, this isn't about somebody coming in and trying to control you or try to make sure you transition to their religion or anything like that. To me, that is not masculine energy. A masculine man will allow you to make your own decisions about a lot of things in your life, but he will guide you to knowing all points of it for the decision that you're making. So make sure that you're not looking at examples like when Kevin Gates asked Brittany Renner to transition over to Muslim and then he would marry her. And now that she did a full transition, he's now saying that he's going to marry her. That is not femininity. That is just doing something to be able to get to the grand prize of marriage. If you feel like you have to be in a space where somebody has to give you an ultimatum for you to change, that's completely different from feminine energy. You have to make that decision if that's a space for you. But usually masculine men will give you an opportunity to decide, learn everything about what they're asking you to transition to before they tell you, if you don't do this, I won't do that. Or if you do this, I'll do that. Now, last week, we left off with the feminine presence in terms of the physical, because we've already determined that men are attracted to the physical before they know anything else about you. So we talked about subtle changes that we can make in our physical to be pleasing more to the eyes of the men that are looking at us so that we can properly build our roster. So today I'm going to jump into another facet of it, and it's going to be about your feminine presence in discussions, what you wear, and just how you carry yourself as a feminine woman. When you're maintaining your feminine presence, you must shift that change to your conversation, your appearance, and your demeanor. This is key to attracting and keeping the right masculine energy around you. Feminine communication with men are going to go into the following depths. First, tone and delivery. Speak softly and warmly, avoiding any harsh or assertive tones. Let your voice carry a playful, light energy. Affirm that language that shows appreciation, such as, I love how you handle that, or that's very impressive. Compliments show admiration without appearing needy. Now, topics of interest. Adventures and experiences. Men love talking about things they've done, places they've been, what they would like to do, sports, and things of that nature. Ask about the most exciting places they've visited or activity that they're passionate about. Then ambitions and goals. Inquire about their career aspirations or personal goals. Men appreciate when a woman takes an interest in their vision and their purpose. Then you want to ask them about lifestyle and entertainment. Discuss movies, books, music, current events, but keep it light and fun. It shows that you are well-rounded and you're cultured. Light flirtation and curiosity. Keep things playful by showing curiosity about his life and sharing enough about yours to keep him intrigued. Remember, the mystery is still there. It's very alluring, so don't give too much. Things to avoid. Heavy topics like politics, past relationships, or financial struggles. Ladies, I have already told y'all, at no time should y'all be delving into any past relationship that was so bad that you're still discussing it now. Please don't bring that up into any communications, whether it doesn't matter what date you're on or how far advanced in the union you have become. We're not bringing up the past because it is back there. We cannot change it, and all it did was shape you to be a better woman. Steer clear of overly opinionated debates. It's okay to share your perspective, but do so with grace and without the need to dominate the conversation. Please don't interrupt anybody while they're talking. Don't overtalk them. Don't continue talking for longer than periods. Give yourself about 2 minutes tops to get out your point. Make sure that you land your plane where you want to land it, or land it in the open-ended question that'll make him ask you more about your opinion on that so that it can go further into conversation. But do not overtalk and bore somebody because you don't know when to stop. You'll really be able to read the body language of folks when they start picking up their phone, when they start yawning, their eyes. That is how you know you're boring them. So we want to make sure that we're looking at all the body language and avoid doing that. You always want to make sure you dress feminine when you're out in the public. Something that is elegant and flattery. Choose outfits that complement your body shape while leaving a little to the imagination. Flowy dresses, as in something that I have on right now, speaks to your femininity, especially with the loud colors, if they have flowers, anything that gives a woman lady type. Let me show you this dress I have on. So you see this? It leaves so much to the imagination, but lets you know that there are curves there. I'm going to turn around. Okay. Because I have my faja on, that's why y'all see the straps and the back is up. But of course, y'all know I wear my faja. But other than that, this type of flowy dress would be great to wear on a Saturday, to go to the store, to the park. It just gives off a feminine vibe when I step out. And it's definitely going to get compliments, as it always does. So you want to settle on flowy dresses, fitted but not too tight skirts, or tailored jumpsuits. These all are great options. You want to revel in soft colors and feminine fabrics. Pastels, neutrals, and jewel tones, they work beautifully with your skin tone. Fabrics like silk, satin, lace, and chiffon, they add a delicate touch to you. Accessories are a big thing. Dainty jewelry, subtle perfumes, and minimal but elegant makeup. Let your natural beauty shine without you overwhelming the senses and doing too much. And we talked about that in last week's video. When you're going out on casual outings, you want to be kind of dressed down but still with a polished look. Tailored jeans with a feminine blouse, cute flats, or a casual dress with a denim jacket is always very chic and effortlessly. Avoid over-revealing clothing or casual outfits like baggy sweats or over-distressed clothing, as they definitely diminish your feminine allure. And be consistent. Your style should consistently reflect femininity, even on errands or casual days. What this is going to do is help you establish your image as a woman, a lady who presents herself well, which is memorable to any man. As I said before, men work off the visual. They look at the physical. You want to be memorable in every way, but you also want to leave a lot to the imagination and not overdo it. Your body language and your demeanor are something that men are looking for as well. Have graceful movements. Move with poise. Avoid fidgeting or over animated gestures. Soft, deliberate movements exude elegance. That means you're going to stop walking so fast, stop talking so fast, stop trying to do everything without asking for help. Just be in your soft space. So if you're in a grocery store and it's something that's up high, instead of you trying your daintiest to get up there and get it, ask a man that walks by, hey, I'm sorry, can you help me get this? Soften your voice. You'll see the difference, okay? Eye contact and smiling is very important. You want to maintain gentle eye contact and make sure you smile often. This warms and loosens up your face and it makes you more approachable. Then light touches, because that exudes interest. So a light touch on the arm while laughing or gently brushing past him creates a subtle feminine connection without you being overt. I told y'all, whenever you want to show interest, you can walk by and bump him softly, or act like you dropped something and see if he bends down and pick it up. All of these things give to you being a feminine woman, as opposed to you just walking through like masculine Misha. Excuse me. It's a put off and it's a turn off, okay? So just be subtle but not so overt that it looks like you're trying, but know that you are, and they don't know that what you're doing. Here are some feminine outfit ideas for different occasions and public outings. Feminine but not overdoing it. So let's just say an outfit. A casual maxi dress with some sandals, or a skirt paired with a tucked in blouse. If you're wearing pants, opt for the tailored high-waisted trousers with a chic top. For your accessories, and every woman needs accessories. Sunglasses, cute sunglasses, a watch, and a crossbody bag. Keep minimal jewelry but keep it tasteful. For your hair and makeup, low maintenance hairstyles like a ponytail or braids. I know a lot of us ladies love our wigs, but make sure they're not those laid down wigs that are just look like they're glued to your head and they can see the wig lines, so they know. Listen, I know that works for the guys that we no longer want to attract, but we're trying to go for a different man. We're trying to go for men that actually want to invest in us, right? Those lace fronts are great if you know how to wear them right, and if it doesn't look like the lace line is showing, okay? You can even go get hair store wigs. They're coming back. They're making a big back, okay? Just do something that is light low maintenance, and go for whatever you like. But make sure you don't look like the wig costs more than your entire life. Like, that's a turn off and a put out, okay? We talked about light makeup, the lashes, the eyeliner, doing your eyebrows, putting you on a tint moisturizer. It emphasizes your glowing skin and it makes you beautiful and enhances your looks, okay? You don't have to go into a full beat, especially if you don't know about that. And that's a different video for a different day that we're going to talk about if you want to learn how to fully beat yourself. But for now, we're talking about everyday light looks. This is what's going to go with your feminine presence as you step out in these light flowy dresses and go out into the world and show off how beautiful you are. Aside from the appearance, aside from your demeanor, we got to talk about the things that you can start conversations with. I know a lot of you hear a lot of dating coaches tell y'all do not get on the phone or ask them for money or something else that doesn't sound logical. Let me tell you why that's not going to work, okay? In order for you to get to the place where you can know certain things about this man, you do have to have conversation with him. And the conversation has to be so great that he's left with so much intrigue because you left so much mystery to you that now he does want to ask you on a date to learn more about you. This is what we're going to do moving forward. I know y'all got mixed signals and I know y'all think that those things will work. But you don't, but let me just remind you, the same way that you are looking at those videos, the men are looking at those videos, okay? The same way that Shira or whoever else is telling you to do this, the same men can see those videos. So they're in tune to what you are learning from them. And they're coming up with their own game in the background so that you don't get over on them how you think you're getting over. It's no longer a secret if everybody can see it, okay? And the videos go viral. And a lot of the likes on there are, the majority of all the likes on there are from women. But please don't think those same videos don't cross the FYP page of men as well. So they are being taught exactly what you all are doing. And they're coming with their counter game to make sure that you don't succeed. So let's move away from the idea that if you got it on TikTok, it's going to work. The same way I saw it, the same way you saw it, the same way the men saw it. It is no longer working nowadays. So here are some conversation starters to start with your roster. First and foremost, interest into his world. Ask about hobbies or weekend activities. If he mentions sports, for example, you don't have to know all the details. Just show curiosity. Say, I've never been to a live game. What's the atmosphere like? Now you're letting him know that you haven't experienced something like that. And if he decides that he wants to invite you to that later on, he knows that you're interested and willing to go. You also want to inquire about his work, but focus on experiences rather than specifics. Say, what do you enjoy most about what you do? What this does is allow him to say, well, I like that my job is remote from home. Or I like that I'm a manager of my job. See, now you can be able to get different details about what he does, where he works, and see how it applies to your life. As opposed to you coming straight out and say, well, what do you do for work? You got some people telling you to do that. It may work for some men, but you can always pull them in by asking subtle questions that'll get them to give you more than what you asked for, but exactly what you need. Be flirtatious and keep it playful. Keep it light and fun with hypotheticals like, if we get lost in a foreign country, who do you think will handle it better, you or me? Compliment him. I like how confident you are when you talk about your goals. It's attractive. The most important thing about men is to know that you are listening to them and you're complimenting them on things that may be small to another woman that you find to be blowing up, and it makes him feel great. It makes him feel like he is understood. It makes him feel like he is valued. A lot of you don't do that because you're looking for him to compliment you. Just know the man who over compliments may have an ulterior motive, because if he can blow your head up based on what he thinks about you, then you're probably more than likely going to connect with him sexually quicker than you think. So start giving your compliments about small things to let a man know that you notice him and you understand what he has going on. This is going to work great for your roster, because where they're going to think they're putting in effort is not going to be noticed, you're going to notice it, babe. Build emotional connections without oversharing. Share your perspectives and your dreams, but keep an air of mystery to you. Here's an example. I'm working on something exciting, but I'll tell you more when I'm closer to being ready to, or when I've achieved it. That's going to definitely have him tuned in, because he's going to think, wow, she's about something. She has some things going on. I can't wait till she tell me what it is. He's going to be definitely waiting for you to bring that to him. And that is the mystery that happens when you don't overshare, but you just give a little bit to keep him interested for the long term. Ask thought-provoking questions. Like, here's one. What's one lesson you've learned that changed your outlook in life? That's going to have him pause for a minute, think about it, and then he's going to share with you. Then from there, you may be able to pick up more questions to ask him or continue that conversation on. When you're balancing multiple connections with your feminine energies, you always want to keep your conversations light and fun. When texting or talking, avoid heavy emotional topics or complaints. Save the serious conversation for someone who earns that level of trust and commitment. As time proceeds, you will know those on your roster who you will be able to give that level and trust to share those serious conversations with. Everybody is not ready for that. And the people who are not, you may run them away. So that's something that you need to keep to yourself until you feel that it's time. Rotate fun facts or experiences to keep things fresh and engaging with each man on your roster. You also want to maintain emotional independence. Stay busy with your own life, pursue your hobbies and your passion and your personal growth. This keeps you interested and ensures that you're not overly relying on one man for emotional fulfillment. I told y'all before, men don't want to be responsible for your emotions, so keep them in control. If you're going to be overindulging, texting, and talking to him too much, and then he pulls away from you, you not have become emotionally reliant on him for you to have a better day or for you to feel fulfilled. Stop putting all your eggs in one basket too soon and allow that to happen over time. Remember, the feminine allure is partly about being slightly elusive. Don't be overly available, but don't play hard to get either. The balance is key. Non-exclusive language. Make sure you avoid exclusivity stuff like I miss you or I've been waiting for you to call. That looks like you're desperate. Keep it playful and say things like, look who finally made time for me. Do it with a wink or doing laughing and keep it moving. When you discuss plans, stay flexible. Say things like, I might be free on Saturday. Let's just see how my week goes. This shows that you have options. This shows that you have a life outside of this man. This shows him that you have other things that are more important. He will do one of two things. Either walk away because he doesn't have time to play those games, or he'll try to pull you closer by doing other things that are going to grab your attention. Keep in mind, confidence in mystery. Don't feel pressure to overshare anything. Let him discover you in layers. Set your boundaries with grace. Politely decline dates or conversations that don't align with your schedule or your energy. Things like, I'd love to, but I'm tied up for the day. Let's see how that works next time. That shows again that you're not overly available, you're not putting them first, and especially if it's not aligning with your schedule, you're not going to stop what you're doing to make them the priority. They haven't gained that in your life as of yet. Your body language and presence when you enter a room, walk gracefully with your shoulders relaxed and back straight. Lead with your hips slightly to create a natural sway. Maintain an open posture. Avoid crossing your arms or looking down at your phone. Matter of fact, keep your phone in your purse. This makes you approachable and exudes confidence. Eye contact and smiling. When you catch his gaze, hold eye contact for a second longer than you usually do before you turn it away, and then give him a subtle smile. This shows confidence and that you're intriguing. Smile warmly when he approaches and introduces himself. A genuine smile makes you appear friendly and approachable. If a moment feels natural, a light touch on his arm or during laughter during a conversation creates a subtle connection, but keep it brief and casual. Breaking the ice in these initial conversations is key. You're going to need this when you're out in public, because before you get to being asked on a date, you're probably going to start with getting a number, and your first initial conversation is going to be on the phone. So you first want to be playful. Say things like, you look like you know how to have a good time. What's been the highlight of your day so far? Or say something like, I need a fun recommendation. What's one place you would take someone who is new into town or haven't been a lot of places? You can even say, you seem like someone who has an interest in stories. What's the craziest adventure you've been on? These questions seem playful and they show your curiosity without you prying too much. Instead of direct compliments, try more observational ones. You have a really captivating energy about you. I like your style. It's very well put together. This flatters him while showing you're observant and appreciate his details. Please avoid generic topics. Skip the typical bitch questions like, what do you do for work? Instead, try, what's one thing you're passionate about outside of work? If you had a free day with no obligations, how would you spend it? These questions allow him to share more about himself beyond his job title. Then you also want to do subtle flirtation and maintaining mysteries. Having playful banter. Challenge him playfully. Things like, I don't know if you're as fun as you look. Prove me wrong. Leave teasing wonders like, I bet you couldn't beat me at whatever the activity is. Keep it fun but not competitive. You want to leave him wanting more. Don't reveal too much about yourself. Keep it intriguing. Say things like, I have a story about that, but it's too wild for a first meeting. Maybe next time. If he asks for your number or to meet again, play it cool. Say things like, maybe if you play your cards right, because now he has a challenge. You want to exit everything gracefully. If you're ready to end this conversation, do it with grace and on a high note. This is the phone conversation, the initial conversation. I've enjoyed this, but I have something to do, so I will have to get back with you, okay? Maybe we'll talk again or run into each other again. Say things like, this was fun, but I should go before I reveal all of my secrets. Have a great night. Leaving the conversation with this keeps it light and memorable because now he's going to be thinking about what you could have told him that you didn't. Always exchange contact information, but make him earn it. If he asks for your number, don't give it up too easily. Challenge him. Say things like, I don't know. Are you interested enough for me to text or call? Or say like, I don't usually give up my number, but you seem like you're worth the risk. This keeps the interaction playful and shows that you're selective. Keep it light. When you exchange your numbers, say something casual to reduce pressure. Here, you can have my number, but no boring conversations allowed. Or you can say, text me your name so I know who to avoid if my phone rings. And that definitely shows that you're selective. The first text message after your initial meeting, you want to keep it playful and short. You don't want to be caught up in his text messages for long, drawn-out conversations. Keep the conversation fun and flirtatious without being overly eager. Then you want to build your rapport. You want to do this before your first date because, for one, you want to make sure this conversation ends in you being asked on the first date. The statements that show things that you are interested in and you're available and playful and mystery will make sure that you get there. Now, always keep your options open and make sure you maintain your feminine independence, but still be dependent. Stay light and fun. Don't engage in daily texting. It's okay to go a day or two without responding to somebody immediately. This shows that you're not overly available and you're not relying on them contacting you. If he asks you about your plans, don't give him a detailed itinerary. Just say, oh, you know what? I'll be out and about, staying busy. It keeps him guessing at what you're doing. Make sure that you're always sounding fun when you talk about it, but make sure he knows that there is no commitment. This will keep you in control of your schedule and it shows you have other priorities. If he asks you who you're with, respond lightly. Just enjoying a good time with good company. What about you? This implies that you have an active social life without being specific. Do not be overly available and so eager that it becomes off as desperate. You definitely don't want that while you're trying to initiate the conversation, but you want to stay in your feminine place so that you're not over engaging or controlling the conversation as well. It is easy for you to come off desperate. It is easy for you to also act like they're the only person you're with. Even if this is the only person that you're dating right now, you can still come off if there are other options. Please make sure that they understand that because a man who knows that he has all of your time and attention will use it to his advantage. That is a masculine trait. That is what men do. Men give us all their time and attention. Women give subtle little things here and there to keep them pulled in. Don't let a man breadcrumb you. Give him the breadcrumbs. We went through your presence, your demeanor, how you talk, how you stay interesting. I talked about the mystery to yourself. This is how you're going to always keep these men tuned in your femininity without going into the masculine space or run them away. Smile and laugh often. This is the easiest way to maintain a feminine aura and keep interactions positive. It is easy for you to maintain feminine demeanor, your feminine appearance, and the feminine conversations. It's when we get into those masculine spaces when it makes it hard for those men to come in and be able to fill in the cracks that we have, that we know we have. But because we're too strong, we don't want to admit that we have. So, sis, what are you going to do? It's time for you to get out there, enact everything that we talked about on Feminine Fridays and start pulling people into your feminine aura so that you can start building your roster with ease. Remember, non-committal language. Let everybody know from the beginning that you date other people, but don't be overly masculine with it. Make sure that you teach them if they need to understand what you mean so they can see where you're coming from and move from there. I'll see y'all later.